People of the Purple Butterfly here. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. I am People7 on Twitter and YouTube, and I am People elsewhere on the internet. And today I'm going to show you how I make my shampoo. I love this stuff. It looks like that. It's creamy. Oops, well, we don't want it creamy all over my bed, no. And this container was Root Health by Perfective or some such. It's a convenient size. If the container you have is an old gel container, that works too. Whatever you use, make sure you wash it out real good and wash your hands so that way you don't contaminate your ingredients. And, oh, that's another thing. There will be the introduction of air into this product, which is why I make it in small batches so I can get rid of it very quickly. It's not going to be sitting on a shelf for a month getting contaminated with germs and such like that. Next, you're going to need, something to stir it up with. A little plastic doohickey here. Here's an empty container, same dealio. Now, you're going to take some olive oil, about 2 tablespoons, or however much you pour in there. That's the way I do it. Yeah, that's about right. Basically, you want 1/3 olive oil to 2/3 of the second ingredient, which will be aloe vera from a plant. The gel, not the juice. This is the gel. If you have an aloe vera plant, go get like 2 of the thickest leaves, cut it at the base, get that gel out of it. If you have to use a commercial product, lean more towards the food care aisle or health care rather than the skin care. Or check the ingredients. Make sure there's no SD alcohol in there or chemical preservatives. You want primarily natural. Hold on, gotta get all of that out of there. And basically what I do, say for instance, I've already done this once, as you see in the previous container, but I still have some left. So I just keep doing this until I use it all up, and if I make too much, it becomes a gift for somebody. Okay. Now, here's the part I find very amusing. Oh, always keep paper towels around to, keep stuff clean. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, actually, how about I pick the camera up and take you with me? Look at there. See that? The olive oil is clear and green. The aloe vera is clear and clear. And you're going to start slowly. I usually score towards the center so that way the oil has a place to go and the gel has a place to spread out, so that way I'm not splashing. That way when I start mixing, there's not so much of a mess as opposed to an emulsification of the ingredients. And if you have oil floating around, then that means you don't have enough gel. Because frankly, you could do this with very, very, very little oil and as much aloe as you want. But if you got too much oil, you're going to have a problem. Because then the final result will be greasy hair. And for some, that might be good if your hair is like very, very dry. But for others, that would not be a good thing. So I've added more aloe. And now I'm going to start mixing that again. But the thing I find amazing is clear olive oil and clear aloe vera gel. When you mix it together, it becomes a creamy white or slightly green, depending on what kind. I mean, I use extra virgin olive oil, so it's actually green in color. So this turns out green when you're done mixing it up. I find that amazing. It's like when you add essential oils to vinegar, the vinegar stays clear, it blends right in, so forth, so on. But if you add peach oil to vinegar or citrus oil, it turns cloudy. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm done. It was just that simple. And since these are two moisturizing ingredients, I could just go ahead and put that in my hair without any worries. And then once I get it topped up, just to make sure it's everything all nice and stirred up, I just give it a couple of real good shakes. And depending on how full it is, I might take and scrape the last little bit of this gel in there and, you know, redo. I got room to add more. But look at that. Just that quickly, without the need of a blender or anything, I have a product I can use as shampoo that has no chemicals, no preservatives, no none of that. Now, this is how you use it. Wet or dry, I prefer to wet my hair when I'm using it as a shampoo. I can use the same concoction as a holding gel. I don't, but I could. Or a moisturizing gel. I could even use it on my skin. I don't, but still, I could. So it's not just something you can use for one thing. I'm a naturalist. I like using natural ingredients, but I'm also a spendthrift. So if I could avoid spending money, hello, I save, I'm guessing thousands of dollars a year by not buying a lotion and a shampoo and a conditioner and a this and a that. I mixed up one product I could use as a shampoo, as a conditioner, as a lotion, as a hair gel, as a pomade. You try it out, see how it works for you. But this is how I use it on my hair, especially when I'm in twists. I wet my hair. I have what I call shampoo clips, especially when my hair is down, because I know then I'm going to be needing to detangle or whatever. So I'm going to have small sections like this, and I'm going to twist that and put one of my shampoo clips on there. So then I take and I dip my fingers in it, and I just literally slather, you know, the stuff all the way into whatever section I'm working on. Then I put the shampoo clip, you know, there and go to the next section. And I do that till all my hair is covered. A lot of times I'll grab enough where if I go like this, I can literally feel it going right to my scalp. And then the rest is just, you know, manipulating it into the rest of the hair. That looks so silly right there. Anyway, after that, depending on if I'm in a hurry, if I'm just doing a quick wash, I go ahead and rinse it out very good. And if some of it stays in or whatever, I don't worry about it because it's a moisturizing product. Aloe vera moisturizes. Olive oil fills in moisture. Together, they are a dynamite combo. But 90% of the time, I'll leave it in 10, 15 minutes. You know, that way it has a deep conditioning effect. And then I go ahead and rinse my hair thoroughly. And then I'll take a lighter version of, you know, like just put some in the palm of my hands, go like this through my hair, and rinse again. So that would be wash number 2. Then I give my hair a shake and leave it be. When I'm wearing the twist, after I rinse, I go like this in all the sections. It smooths the aloe through. It helps stretch and elongate. Give it a shake and leave it. Or I'll put a clip on so that way, like, you know, as you can tell, it's sticking up away from my face because when I dried it like that and it is literally out of my face. Then I wouldn't have messed it up with the clip, but in the meantime, it's still out of my face, so I could wear my twist back or whatever. Oh, also the stuff is real good if you have like a little teeny itch. Just take a little dab, put it right where the itch is, no more itch. Anyway, this has been, I meant to tell you, always give your products a name, especially when you have a container like this. Write down what it is on it. I only use this size container for the stuff I wash my hair with, so I don't have to worry about that. But, what's the deal? I have two of them. Slightly different in size, but still the only thing that goes in there. Just like the only thing that goes in this container is my 14-in-1. But other stuff, I have a marker or a mark slot, and I write down what it is. Like when I have Crisco, a little small can, I take it downstairs. Other people are out and about. I don't want them to grab the Crisco can, because it says Crisco on it, and take it to the kitchen. So I write hair only right on it. I write it on the top. I write it on the bottom. Anywhere that someone's human eyes can hit it, it says hair only. That way it ain't in the kitchen, end up in my french fries. Anyway, after you mark it, I was calling this concoction, first I tried aloe oil. That sounded just, yeah. Then I called it aloe. And somebody said, what's that? Aloe shampoo. Olive, aloe, aloe. So, if nothing else, if you decide to create something and it's unique or whatever, you know, putting it together in your brain, what you're going to call it, with some kind of code name that reminds you of what's in it, you can make your own brand name. But anyway, I stopped calling it aloe because I also use wheat germ oil. I sometimes use canola oil. Basically, I'm using oil and aloe. But the olive oil just works better with my hair. And I know not to use no sherry. You already covered that. Anyway, this has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube. People elsewhere on the internet. Did I say my blog? Well, just in case, my blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. And y'all stay blessed. Bye now. Oh, and shout out to Roots for You 45. She reminded me that when you're introducing air into products, you need to put it in a sterile environment, refrigerator, whatever, to keep the, you know, contaminants down to a minimum. And she just has some good stuff on her website. So check her out. And also check out all the videos in my favorites, because there are some great people on YouTube, especially Nap85, Who is Sugar, you know. Just check out my favorites. Let's see who you like. And, of course, me. Like, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And this has been People7, whose coffee is starting to wear off now, so I can go to sleep. Y'all stay blessed. Bye now.